Welcome back everybody. In today's video, we're doing your comic comments. These are comments that you guys have left on my videos, whether they be comic book related or not, in the month of August. We have 13 of them here. I do this video every single month, man. So if you guys got any questions, whether they be comic book related or not, leave them down in the comments and we'll get to them next month in September. But let's start off with Braulio Espinosa 2266. Sorry I butchered your name. Your channel has the kind of content I was craving from a very long time. I like the type of day in the life and haul videos or vlogs. I'd also be interested in some reviews of comic books you've read before. So it sounds like you're liking a lot of what I'm currently doing, whether that be the day in the life type of stuff, blogs and hauls. And then you mentioned that you wish I would do some more reviews. So in the past, I've done some topics where it's like recommending Dennis Camp comic books or Hayden Sherman comic books, just creators that I really like. I have some other topics that I have written down just as ideas, but we gotta find some time on the channel to throw these in. But I have stuff like 6 out of 5-star comic books to enter your reading, your comic book reading era, best comic books that I haven't heard anyone talk about. So just stuff like that, right? So we'll do some of these topics for sure. We just gotta find some time, man. So yeah, thanks for the kind words especially, and we'll get those reviews to you coming soon. How can I get in on the swag? I'm saying nice stuff about comics all the time and no one is giving me the time of day. So I guess for me, it's like, it's not just enough to make videos about comics. Like, you have to make videos that, and this sounds kind of harsh to say, but like videos that people want to watch, right? Because DC and Marvel, I've gotten some packages from them, right? And they're not just gonna give them out to everybody. I mean, they kind of give it out to people where they see value in this person making a video on the thing we give them out to. So not that I'm like the biggest hot shot in the world, whether it be on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, but you know, making enough of an impact that they notice me, I guess, right? So that's kind of the thing. You got to focus on the editing, the lighting, you know, it's not just enough to talk about, and I'm not saying this guy does this, but it's not enough to just talk about a comic book that you like for 4 minutes or whatever, right? Like, these companies like to see some production value and, you know, higher quality kind of content for if they're trying to send some stuff out for promotional purposes, right? So yeah, that's what I would say is, if you really want to take this seriously and start getting some things from DC, from Marvel, getting sent to you for free, you got to put a little bit of effort into kind of the final product, watch your video again, cut out the ahs and ums, that sort of thing, right? So that's the kind of tips I would recommend if you're trying to get some free stuff from Marvel and DC. Moving right along, iResi, he says that he met Jeff Lemire here at his LCS in Toronto. He was doing a free signing because he's a local. Dude is such a nice guy. I got my Absolute Flash #1 sign and a couple other floppies and a pic with him. Genuinely dope dude. Man, Jeff Lemire, that's like my #1 pick for a comic book creator that I would love to meet. I think for me, this might be a good video idea too, but for me, it would also be Ed Brubaker, of course, right? It could be really cool to meet Ed Brubaker. I met James Tynion IV. Like, some of these creators that I really appreciate and like, a lot of them come to C2E2 in Chicago. So I met a ton of different cool creators like Daniel Warren Johnson and stuff like that. So I'd have to think about my list beyond that, but Ed Brubaker for sure and Jeff Lemire for sure. That'd be really cool. So yeah, man, shout out Jeff Lemire, dude. Thanks for commenting. OG Comics Review 4555 says, nice to meet another young man getting into comics. I've been collecting since '73. So yeah, man, yo, shout out all the old head comic book collectors. It's a really fun hobby to get into, and I'm seeing more and more people get into it, especially with the rise of the you know, Superman movie, the Fantastic Four movie. I feel like there's this new wave of people jumping into the comic book hobby. I know for a fact, me personally, my brother, I've been getting him into comic books after Superman and Fantastic Four, and then my buddy Greg too, my movie buddy, we see all the superhero movies together. He is just now getting back into comic books, so it's really cool seeing him. He's got like a DC Universe Infinite subscription. He's reading all the time. Next up, we got Zach Hancock 2692. He says, I have those Batman animated series DVDs sets on my shelf. The first one especially has been watched many times over. So he's referring to these. So I have a nice set of Batman the Animated Series and Justice League DVDs, trying to get like a complete set, doing the whole Superman the Animated Series and all that stuff too, Justice League Unlimited. I think it'd be really cool to have it all, because you never know when these streaming services are gonna take them offline, right? So that's pretty cool. I think I need, so we got volume 1, 2, and 3. I think I need volume 4, and that would complete the animated series, which is pretty cool. And then I need some like Justice League Unlimited and Superman, but it's really fun to try to complete the DVD set, man. So yeah, shout out Zach Hancock. Thanks for commenting. Jabbles XY. He says, thanks for covering indie stuff. I'm trying to get back into single issues. So listen, what other comic book channels covering indies like I do, man? I'm not gonna like toot my own horn or anything, but I feel like a lot of these channels really focus on DC, they focus on Marvel. The whole world of indie comic books is so much more interesting to me personally than DC and Marvel stories especially. So yeah, man, I'm not gonna stop covering indie stuff. Indie stuff is the better stuff that I read nowadays. So yeah, dude, Jabbles XY, I got you covered for indie stuff, man. 1965 MTV, he says, I just hope Matt Fraction doesn't flub it up, though the artist is a great one. So he's referring to the new Batman series starting up soon. It's interesting because Matt Fraction, now that I've read some more Matt Fraction stuff, like I just read the, Who Killed Jimmy Olsen, and Matt Fraction's a great writer, very funny writer. I can't picture his take on Batman. I have no idea what to expect. Is this gonna be funny? Because when I associate Matt Fraction in my mind, I picture him being like a funny, comedic sort of writer. So be interesting to see his take on Batman. You say the artist too, Jorge Jimenez, of course, very classic Batman sort of feel. Maybe the greatest day, like modern Batman artist, I don't know. But what do you do when you want to pull out an Omni to read? This is from Joseph Caldos. Sorry, dude, butchered your name. Haha, it seems like it'd be a whole process. So referring to whenever I want to read something in the month and I have to pull it off my bookshelf. As you guys can see, I've got like a ton of different stuff blocking, right? So it makes it kind of tough when I want to pull something out of the bookshelf. Luckily, I only have to do that once a month when I do the video for you guys where I talk about what I want to read in that month. So it's just like a one-time kind of hassle. But this is a question I get a lot. People wondering how I take books off the bookshelf. It's not like I'm taking books off the bookshelf every single day. It really is like a one-time month type of thing, except when you have to put books on the bookshelf. That's a whole other thing too. But yeah, anyways, shout out to Joseph. Thanks for commenting, dude. Vic Damon 3551 says that his whole thing, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but he's talking about how The Ultimates is an overrated book and he thinks that nothing's really happening. It's just introducing like one new character every single issue. What I have to say to that, man, it's all about the world building for me, man. It's all about the themes that Dennis Camp's injecting into the series. It's all about, freedom from oppression, authoritarianism, like it's all this different stuff, man. You gotta scratch like a little bit deeper to get what you want out of this series. On the surface, it does seem like it's just a new character getting introduced every single issue, but for me, it's kind of the greater world that they're building in the Ultimates, and I think they're doing a better job of it compared to all the other Ultimate titles. In that way, I would consider the Ultimates to be like the Ultimate Superman, the Absolute Superman, but on the Marvel side, right? I feel like both series are kind of doing what I really like. They're kind of doing them both in their respective kind of universes. Yeah, man, it's more about kind of the themes for me and kind of the world building. And I think the character work's really good for Dennis Camp. The art's really strong too. So I don't think it's overrated. In fact, I think that Ultimate Spider-Man might be a little bit overrated, guys. Sit on that one for a little bit, guys. I think that one is not giving me nearly as much as what I like as the Ultimate series is giving me. So moving right along. Stig6370, he says, is this just me or is this the same video you posted a few days ago just cut differently? So for those that aren't clued in just yet, on Wednesday, I post my giant video. That's got my new comic book day haul. It's got my comic book review segment. And then it's got two random variety segments where I switch it up. Could be a graphic novel haul. It could be new #1s that are coming out next month. It could be this video that you're watching right now where I'm talking about the comments, right? So the two variety segments, I switch it up. But then throughout the rest of the week, the Wednesday, that whole big video comes out. But the rest of the week, I split it off and post each segment as its own video, just in case people want to watch the content that way. So yeah, if they don't have time for the full 30-minute YouTube video on Wednesday, they can watch the 8-minute videos that I post throughout the week. So that's kind of how I handle things here on this channel. I don't know if I'll do that forever, but that's what I've been doing for almost a year now. So we're just keeping it going. But that's why it seems like you have already watched the video. You might have, if you watched the Wednesday video, that's pretty much everything you need to watch. And then yeah, throughout the week, I just post those segments as their own video. You don't have to watch those, obviously, if you've already seen them on Wednesday. Nihilix Racing says, can't wait for the Lego game because I love the Arkham series. I'm hopefully they release a cool physical looking figure with a special edition or some kind of set based on the game. This is a really good idea, and I think that's cool, the physical set for the Lego Batman game. that's a great idea. I just wanted to bring this up because just in general, man, I wish they wouldn't do a Lego Batman game. I wish it was a Superman game, a Lego Superman game. I think that we've already gotten so many different Lego Batman games. We haven't gotten like a good Superman game in forever, right? Or maybe ever, I don't know, but it would have been cool for me if this was a Lego Superman game. I think that would have been really cool. Some of the best moments in Superman's history, his cinematic movies and all that stuff. Open world, flying around. Or picture this, guys, if they made it a Batman Superman World's Finest Lego game, like Lego World's Finest, something like that. That would have been cool, man. But instead we got the Batman game. I'm still excited about it, still gonna play it, I'm sure. Very nostalgic, the Lego Batman games, but I kind of wish Superman got some love, man. Batman gets all the game love, Superman gets nothing. Naman Kana Zrari. Sorry, dude, I just butchered your name. 5149. He says he just found me. He thinks that what I'm doing is fun and interesting, but he thinks that my videos could spread more in the algorithm if I do those comic readings, like that one channel, I believe, called Comic Storian or something. So I think this person's really referring to just like breakdowns of stories and stuff like that. Those are not the kind of videos I like to make. I leave those for the people that make those kind of videos. I'm more focused on the comic book collecting side of it, you know, building up the collection, what to collect, what do I enjoy reading and that sort of thing, reviews. Not really the story breakdown kind of guy. I'll leave the story breakdowns for the story breakdown kind of guys. Jamaican Wolverine, he says, I heavily disagree with my absolute Batman take. How do I feel like nothing's happening in that story? And then he goes into his ranking. So I brought this up because just really quickly, I mean, this could be a whole video on its own. I feel like the absolute Batman stuff, it's very interesting because the first arc with the Black Mask, I thought it was good, but it's up and down like this. Then you get the absolute Batman Year One stuff, and that's good, but it kind of doesn't have any like connective tissue to the first arc a little bit. And then you got the Mr. Freeze stuff, same thing, it just feels kind of disjointed. It's not like one story that's been continuing, it's like different moments in this story. And then we're in the absolute Bane stuff, and it's like, where does it all connect? Like, what's the big picture? And I guess it's like the Joker kind of in the background, you know, being like the ultimate villain kind of guy. Like he's the reason why all these villains are popping up sort of thing. But I don't know, man. I just need like some more clarity on the big picture. I feel like the other Ultimate titles, the other Absolute titles, I have a better picture of what's going on. But Absolute Batman, it's like, it's still a little hazy, right? Epic moments, epic stuff happens, but I'm trying to see through it all. I'm trying to see the big picture. And that was the last comment, man. So thank you guys for watching your comments. Like I was saying earlier, if you have any comments you'd like me to respond to in the month of September, leave them down below. And while you're down there, like if you like, sub if you love. I really appreciate it. It helps these small channels out. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you guys for watching and read more comics.